Hi, this is Tanja Weir and welcome to the Spunky Stamping Corner. In this video we're going to make this card and our focus is to stamp straight. So let's get right to it. We're going to use the For All You Do stamp set. I've got this adorable butterfly, and instead of messing with three colors we're going to stamp in Island Indigo. Before you start stamping, if stamping straight is your focus, I always turn around my stamp and see where is my image exactly, because when we mount them a lot of times we're not quite exact with our label, and if you like to line your stamps up on the left or the right, that's important when you want to be exactly in the center. So when we have a card like this where we have a triple layout, I always start in the center because that's going to be the most important one. So let me ink up. And I'm going to start in the center. And for stamping straight or smudge free, the most important thing is just put it down. And then I will line up my left and my right. So here's the right. And as you can tell, I'm fairly fast about picking my spot and putting it down. Now for my greeting, let me get it out. We do the exact same thing. I'm going to look to see, am I centered on my stamp? If yes, is my label centered too? And then I'm just going to put it down. And I like it. Now, I was not always this good about getting my things straight on, and even if you look, I am not exactly straight. For me, this is perfectly okay. But there are times when I do want to be exactly straight and not just eyeball straight, and that's when I get out my stamp-a-majig. The stamp-a-majig has two parts to it. A clear part, and then my line-up piece that has an L, and that's really the magic behind the stamp-a-majig. So there are two sides, a smoother one and a rougher one. The rougher one you want to use when you use craft inks. We're using classic right here, and the first thing we do is we line up our stamp-a-majig plastic exactly in the corner right here, and then I'm going to use this L as my guide and I'm stamping on it. And this here is going to be our magic. Let me show you the sample card, because now I have my stamped image and I could completely overlap this if I wanted to. Same right here. So how does that help us? Let me grab a fresh card. So here I have my piece of cardstock, and I'm going to say I want this butterfly right here. I'm putting down my piece of plastic. I know exactly this is where I want my butterfly. Now I'm going to bring in my guide and line it up in the corner. Ink up my butterfly. So butterfly is ready to go. I have this lined up exactly where I want it. I'm taking out my plastic, and now I'm lining up my stamp right here and letting these two sides be my guide, and I put it down. And my first piece is on. Now let's say I want my second one right here. I could even have a penciled in line if I wanted to, or I can start lining them up wing by wing, or right there, up and down. So really this is a beautiful tool for exact stamp placement. The other cool thing is, if you're still a new stamper and you're a little shaky, let me line, oops. If your bottom piece tends to move on you, or your cardstock is a little bit smaller, which sometimes happens, then put a little bit of snail under your piece. So this is where I want to be. Like I was saying, if you're a new stamper and you're a little nervous when you stamp the first time and you're a little on the shaky side, just bring it right here and let the Stamp-a-Majig be your guide. Beautiful. Ink up. Line it up. Bring the L around. The other nice thing is for left-handers and right-handers, you can line it up on either side. You can even line it up top to bottom too. However you desire. This is very versatile and easy to use. There we go. This is where I want you at. Now if you're stamping multiple items and you want to switch back and forth, because we still need to do our grading, I could go ahead and wash this off, or I can go ahead and just turn my Stamp-a-Majig 90 degrees and then use this side. So you can even go do multiple things at the same time. So now I want this right down here. And it truly is beautiful because you can line it up perfectly. You could line it down here if you wanted to be. You could be right in the corner. You truly get exact placement and you're going to be straight. Very, very nice. I absolutely love it. If you have any other questions, shoot me an email to tanya@spunkycards.com or leave me a comment on my blog, www.spunkycards.com. I'm going to say thank you and see you next time.